Sakabo. Akhe isikubele wento yakho. Sishaya inhloko ba.
Senzaka bro. Ngake ngizawudala.
He lives in a place without hope, where life has no meaning, and survival thing that matters. But in one moment, his life will be changed forever. Now, the past.
Right, Terry Pheto's rise to stardom reads like a Cinderella story. Born in Everton, south of Johannesburg, she lived in a shack until the age of 21. It was during this time that the unknown township actress was casted for her award-winning role in Tsotsi, which we have just seen just now. And remember that the movie went on to win an Oscar. Since then, she has not looked back and has continued to entertain us on both local and international screens, betting all odds that poverty does not have to define who you are. Her story is both inspirational and a tale of perseverance and dedication. That's how we close Women's Month here on Morning Live. She joins us and we're having breakfast with the Terry Pheto. Good morning to you and thank you so much for coming through.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much indeed. And I just want to start with your name. We all know you as Terry.
Yes.
Terry. Yes.
Yes.
Born and bred in Everton.
Yeah, born and bred in Everton and moved to Didier. So Didier.
But let's talk a little bit about you growing up, of course. This thing
which thing?
The acting
the
part
acting.
of it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think the love has always been there. I think it came from, just the love of storytelling. That's where it started. My grandmother was one of the best storytellers, and I was always looking forward to, story time every evening. So I think that's where the love for storytelling started. And I mean, as a young kid, you can just, imagine how exciting it is to grow up with your cousins. There's so many of you, and surrounding Paula, and listen to your grandmother tell the tales, and yeah, it just opened my world. I knew there was more. I knew that I just wanted to be part of that world, and I wanted to escape, and I wanted to live those characters.
And your friends ended up nicknaming you Storyteller as well.
Well, my cousins, yeah.
Oh, was it your cousins?
Yeah, my cousins.
So were you also telling stories as well?
Yeah, I think I had a great memory because I was so invested. So I would hear a story once and I'll repeat it for the whole week to all my cousins. So that's where the name started.
That's where it all started. But obviously, Terry, Tsotsi was most certainly your biggest break. Talk to us about the experience throughout.
Well, I mean, I moved from the Val when I was 20, and I moved to Soweto to pursue acting because I knew that it was important for me to get some kind of training, formal training, and while I was doing theatre, community theatre, I was discovered by my agent Munin Lee, who's also talent scout. And I went to a bunch of auditions before Tsotsi. I think I auditioned for Tsotsi in my second year of being there, and yeah, I got the role. And it's funny because I feel like when things are meant to happen, they'll just work out for you. I mean, I had other roles that were offered before, but things didn't really work out, and I felt like maybe God wanted me to be introduced in this industry with the right kind of project, which made history and changed my career and changed my life ever since.
Yeah, as they say, God's timing is never wrong.
It's perfect timing.
Yeah, it's perfect timing. But then not only have you been acting, you've also always had passion for production. Talk to us about the importance of knowing what happens behind the scenes.
I think it's important for for anyone, if you're in an industry, to know, all aspects of that industry. For me, I knew that, storytelling, I want to not only act, but I want to be able to be behind the scenes. I want to be able to create my own content. I want to be my own boss in a certain way. And I think the, entrepreneur in me has always been like, working towards that goal. And I decided that in 2014 to produce my first, film under my company, Leading Lady Productions.
Yeah.
And it was like a milestone because it was 10 years since I shot Tsotsi. So it was important for me to make that dream, come true for me, to say in 10 years, this is what I've done. And I'm sure I'm one of the biggest dreamers. So my mind is always working full time. How do I empower myself? How do I make myself better? How do I grow? And it's all part of the growth.
Yeah. Let's talk about your production company, Leading Lady, as you've mentioned it. How has the journey been in terms of, being behind the scene? We know that this industry is mainly men-dominated.
I mean, it's been fantastic, I have to say. It's been great in the sense that, I knew, that the pace, I'm pacing myself and I'm able to still produce and, make time for acting and do other things because I feel like I'm more than just one thing. So there are challenges for, any upcoming production, but I think if you surround yourself with the right people, with the right team, you're able to take advantage of the opportunities that are there. And that's what I've been able to do.
All right. And the projects that you're currently working on?
Currently,
more so under your production company?
Under my production company, I just produced a short film. I'll talk about it later, but it's like, we shot it in LA and it's an international short film. So we have big plans for it. And, hopefully festivals and other things. But, we'll talk about that later when the time has arrived for it.
All right. We'll wait for that movement.
Yeah. And, I mean, like, I'm working on, developing, enough content so that, I know that in 2018, this is what I'm shooting. So there's a library of scripts that I'm, going through and projects that I want to do. But also, I want to make time for things that are important to me. I want to make time for myself and take care of myself and be in the moment as well.
Yeah. Talking about taking care of yourself, you enjoy your own space, isn't it? When you're not working, you go to spa for a massage and to chill. Talk to us about how you chill, how you take time out, to relax a little bit away from the limelight, away from working, away from, of course, taking forward your production company.
I mean, I have, an amazing group of friends. Actually, why do I say group? Is like the three of us. I have like a wonderful people in my life that I enjoy spending, time with. And they're my friends, they're my sisters, whether we, on the couch, sleeping over or, taking a day off and like spa day. I'm like, a girly girl at heart, so I still enjoy the little things that are like pretty and fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're still having breakfast with Terry Pheto. Talk to us at Morning Live SABC. It's our Twitter handle. If, of course, you have any questions or comments that you might have to write to us at Morning Live SABC. It's our Twitter handle. And then,
yes,
Terry Pheto, the bold and the beautiful.
Oh. Yeah.
Because you're blushing. How did it come about?
The Bold and Beautiful. I mean, I got a call from SABC One, and I honestly thought it was a joke. I thought maybe they're like creating new content, like punked kind of show. and then it took a bit of time, obviously, being introduced to the production in LA and communicating and working on creating a character that will make sense to everyone. And because I didn't have to audition for the role was written for me, so it was easy to have some kind of like influence in a way. But the funny thing also is like when everything was official, and I got a call. I remember I was in Las Vegas, and they're like, okay, it's happening. Can you come to LA? My plan was to come back home and then go back for that, but there was no time. And I remember when it was announced, like, okay, this is the route they decided, because we had few ideas that we obviously had to like discuss, but I didn't know until the last minute which direction they were going to take. And it was announced right here on Morning Live. Yeah, because I remember reading a tweet from Leanne. I was like, oh my God, it was beautiful. It was a special moment.
It was. It still is, I believe.
Yeah.
It still is. But the experience in terms of, you know, the way they do things that side and us here at home, what specifically have you learned throughout the entire process? Well, you've got some of us hooked on the bold and the beautiful because we wanted to see you. Of course, we wanted to see a South African shining star. But talk to us about the experience in terms of how they do things that side and us here at home.
I mean, for me, it was honestly like, you know, a culture shock in a way, because I come from, you know, a film background. And with film, you sort of have like the luxury of time with one camera and, you know, with a soapy, I've never done a soapy until, you know, the bold. So it was, you know, learning how to work with a multicam and learning how to, like you need to know, like you need to come prepared. And I remember when I went, you know, for an orientation, they were like, we work fast. And I was like, okay, that's good. But I didn't realize, like, you know, they actually, you know, like, it's like, you know, in a factory, like, you know, there's no time. Like, you know, the camera rolls from, you know, 11 until 5 p.m. and you have to be
there
on point all the time. And we shoot like 2 episodes a day, which is a lot of work.
That's hard work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, but it was a great experience.
No, it was a fantastic, you know, learning, you know, experience, and also like just being put under pressure. And because also I was still toying with the idea of Hollywood, and, you know, my best friend Mampo was, you know, living in Los Angeles at the time. So it was, you know, that, you know, do we move here? Do I do this? Do I do that? And to get a job and be able to work in a town that I'm trying to make my own was a special moment, because now I can say, okay, I'm a working actor. I can drive myself around. I can go to work. As much as I'm having fun with my, you know, bestie, I'm also like earning, you know, a salary. And a good one. Well,
that's a discussion for another day. All right. Well, we're still having a beautiful discussion here with Terry Pheto. Let's take an ad break here on Morning Live. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of your tweets. Stay tuned.